Welcome everybody. My name is Matt Willey. I'm an artist and a mural painter. I've been painting murals for 25 years, everything from a space library in Washington, D.C. to sports murals to kids' rooms, you name it, I have painted it. And I am also the founder of the Good of the Hive initiative. And the Good of the Hive initiative is a global art project where I'm hand painting 50,000 honeybees in 40 to 50 murals around the world. The idea is to raise awareness about their importance and celebrate their incredible behaviors. About 6 years ago, a honeybee landed on the floor of my studio in Manhattan. And when I looked closer, I saw that she was sick. And so I got down on the floor and I just hung out with this bee for about 2 hours as she walked the last 2 inches of her life. In that time, I slowed down and connected to what was happening with her. After she died, I put her out in the backyard and started Googling honeybees. I came across a behavior called altruistic suicide. That's the title of this painting. When a bee feels sick, it will leave the hive and fly off into the abyss for the good of the hive. This is where the name eventually came from. The honeybee's immune system is not based on the individual bee, it's based on the hive. Honeybees naturally balance consideration of the hive with their own individual purpose. Connection is essential for their survival. As I thought about this, I started to become obsessed with what I could learn from bees. I even wrote a screenplay where the main character's spirit guide was a honeybee. Fast forward a few years, and a friend suggested I paint a mural on the side of this honey company in LaBelle, Florida. But when I approached them about a mural, I was repeatedly told there was no way I was going to get funding. LaBelle is not an affluent place, but something was telling me to do it anyway. And when I got there, this is what happened. A family let me stay in their RV for free. Restaurants offered me free food. A coffee shop gave me free breakfast for 10 weeks. And people started donating bits of money. In the end, the mural raised over $10,000. And it was on that mural site where the idea of 50,000 honeybees and murals across the US was born. I found that not only do honeybees symbolize connection, they have a mysterious way of creating it. So rather than title each mural by place or who owns the wall, they're going to be titled by the number of bees in the mural as I head toward 50,000. No matter where the mural is, it is first and foremost a part of something bigger. In the last year, I've learned that when you draw a circle on the ground in bees, everyone suddenly wants to stand in the middle of it. Antennas are always fun, and in the mind of a 5-year-old, a mural can become a costume in a parade. I had the opportunity to interview Tina and Yanni, 2 blind beekeepers from the Netherlands. Our entire conversation circled around sharing and connection. They beekeep through sound and showed me that I need to open in bigger ways to this work. Part of the mission is to use art and design to get everyone interested in bees. Older gardeners are an easy sell with this work, so I thought, what's the opposite of an older gardener? And a skateboarder came to mind. And so we're making our first skateboard video next month, and the skateboard is already in production. It's probably going to take me 5 to 7 years to complete this project, but the idea is not to hurry. There is definitely a sense of urgency around what is happening with the bees, but I believe a big part of the answer is to slow down. I see the bees as more than a creature in nature or a canary in a coal mine offering signs of a changing environment. I see them as part of all of us. It doesn't matter who you are or where you live, honeybees are nearby. They spark my imagination in beautiful ways, but also in troubling ways. The natural world is a powerful thing filled with dualities. We are all vulnerable to nature. This piece is called Mother Nature, Motherfucker. As I go deeper into the work, I struggle with the fine line between raising awareness and the gravity of the situation I am raising awareness about. So as I put it out there that I was looking for places to paint murals, people emailed from North Carolina to Australia and everywhere in between. I received over 100 requests for murals, and what blew me away was that people were willing to help fundraise and organize and join in. Each mural is like the creation of a hive. The idea is simple. I stand and paint bees and talk about bees. And whatever is meant to happen on that site will happen. This is at Burt's Bees Culture Day in Durham last month. This next slide is a sketch of bees as a strand of DNA. Each mural in the series has an idea behind it. Some of the ideas are from the bees and their behaviors. Some are inspired by the community where the wall is. Other designs happen simply by weaving the bees through my imagination. I have no idea what is going to happen 3 murals from now. I'm currently painting on Burt's Bees headquarters in Durham. I chose the idea of the swarm for this building. Swarms are misunderstood and feared by many people, and it was a swarm of honeybees that landed on a fence post at Burt's Farm in Maine that began what has become a global company. I recently met one of the stars of Fiddler on the Roof on Broadway, and the bees led us into a chat about faith and the Jewish tradition. He told me that a rabbi came and talked to the cast about faith, and when they began rehearsals, and described it as radical awe. So we're painting bees in his dressing room this summer with radical awe in mind. As I started to research, I came across an ancient Jewish concept called Tikkun Olam. The layman's definition goes something like this. In the beginning, the universe exploded into a gajillion pieces, and as humans, each of us is responsible for reconnecting one of those pieces. My intention is that by the time I paint the 50,000th bee, we will have stopped the decline of the honeybee population, and it will become an icon of change and celebration. I mean, who knows? Maybe all of what is happening with the bees and the environment is just so we can experience the beauty of repairing it. Thank you.